Okay, so first of all, I have a great deal of respect for Dr. Dame, the Honorable Dr. Dame, and therefore I do not contradict him lightly. But I think it's important for us to just also recognize what we're doing. First of all, this is just an evidence. So it is not supposed to be conclusive. I think to that extent we agree. We agree that it is not conclusive. It is only evidence of citizenship, i.e. you present it, and if there are further auditing and questions that ought to be done to verify whether the statements that are made thereon are actually true, those can be done. So I think we agree to a limited degree, but where we disagree is the fact that it should be excluded entirely. It could be looked at. I think there's nothing wrong in the surplusage of information. If you are verifying something, there's nothing wrong with having abundance of information. And if birth is one of the factors, both the Constitution and the Citizenship Act repeats the birth factor. So birth is one of the factors. And indeed, as was read by one of the panelists in there, the Deputy Minister of Health, if you were born, for example, before 1993, your birth in Ghana is an automatic indicia of your citizenship. If you were born after 1993, your lineage is the main indicia. So you can look at these, and looking at these as a surplusage of information simply enriches the process of verifying who Ghanaian citizens are for purposes of the registration. So it is not a conclusive statement of citizenship, but it's an indicia, and one that I respectfully think ought to have been looked at. And again, the justices took a took a limited view of the birth certificates by reason, among others, I suspect their major worry is the fact, and again, the Deputy Minister mentioned that, you see, people can obtain birth certificates today without sometimes even being there, and that's the problem. And even if they are there, their statements may not necessarily be verified and checked and audited. So it is possible people may have obtained birth certificates without actually being Ghanaian. CI 72 and CI 91, both of them excluded the birth certificate. So there has been a consistent practice, and the judgment was very explicit on that. There has been a consistent practice of excluding the birth certificate from the purview of ascertaining citizenship. But for me, the fact that there has been a consistent practice and a uniform practice in this respect still doesn't change the fact that it's a worrying trend. The major means of ascertaining citizenship in Ghana is birth. And if the major means of ascertaining citizenship is birth, both by reason of the Citizenship Act and the Constitution, and we still decide not to use the major factor of birth, which is the certificate, then I think I respectfully see a big hole in that respect. And that's why I worry about that.